Yeah,
Oh my
that's
goodness. Yeah. Is
that's
that
uh that's 50 Cent. Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote my slate over
Okay. We're good?
here. Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
For the record, tell me your name, spell your name, and tell me the title you want to use.
Logan Lewis, Logan Lewis, Executive Director, Red River Revel.
All right. So basically, tell us really quick what Red River Revel is and what you do down here when it's not the festival.
So the Red River Revel is a 501c3 nonprofit that, of course, manages the 9-day arts festival, but in addition to that, also manages the Shreveport Farmers Market throughout the summer. And so we have a small staff. It takes a lot to put together the festival and the farmers market, and so we work year-round to put that together, and we work really closely with the city of Shreveport, being housed down here in Festival Plaza, to help them do that. Not just that, but also administrate some of the other events that happen here.
So when you heard 50 Cent wanted to use this area, what did you think?
I just wanted to know what we were going to do, how can we be involved. You know, wanted to play ball, however we could play ball, because I didn't want to be left out.
You knew his music. You knew who he was before.
Sure. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's like, I think 50 Cent became popular when I was in high school, and so, you know, we've had his music for the last 25 years, you know, and it's part of our, you know, culture, it's part of pop culture. It's interesting and exciting at the same time to have an investor come in and invest in our community in film. We've seen what it can do and the change that it can impact in the community, especially for downtown. It's very important to us, to the Red River Revel, and to the people who work downtown to have a vibrant downtown. And so the film industry brings an opportunity as it gets ramped up in the next couple of years to bring some of those things back. And the Human Harmony event is one of the ways that I think 50 Cent, for me at least, showed the community what he's capable of doing.
So when you heard that he wanted to come down to this area, did you get to meet him?
You know, I had opportunities to, but I was so focused on working the site, and like, you know, there was other things going on that I was more focused on that. I tend not to be, you know, like somebody that like is a, you know, that runs after celebrity. We want to do a good job, and I always felt like as, you know, an event or an organization that's been here for almost 50 years, there was really never a need for us to like go chasing after a partnership to work with them. It was going to find us wherever we fit, however that may be. And so we're very fortunate that the city of Shreveport has confidence in us and asked us to help bring some of the things to the table that they weren't sure how they were going to be able to put together in such a short amount of time. And we were happy to do it.
So 50 Fit was born. Whose idea was that? How did you guys make it?
It's all 50 Cent. I mean, this whole thing was all his baby. I mean, they came up with the concept, and then they just asked, would you guys like to help us with food and beverage? Obviously, we know how to do that. We do it every single year and every single week, really, at the farmers market in the summer. So it's a natural fit because we're housed here. We have all of the relationships with SPAR staff and the security companies, and then other nonprofits like BOIJ that we brought in to help run the admissions for 50 Fit. It's really a big group effort. Everybody in the community, not just us, but across downtown and across the city of Shreveport, pulled together to bring that vision to life.
So the money that you guys made from concessions or whatever, that stays with Red River Revel?
Well, we split, and
I was going to say, how does that help to continue your legacy and build and bring business back?
Well, for us, it was never about like any money we can make. I mean, we had a split, and it wasn't a whole lot because it was kind of hot, and people had no clue how big this was going to be, right? And I think anytime that we do this in the future, you'll see it exponentially grow. But for us, the reason that we really wanted to be a part of it was always about the relationships. The people that we got to meet as a part of this crew that they brought in from New Orleans and other places are valuable relationships for us in our industry moving forward. They put on concerts all over the world, and to have those close relationships now with them is very important. In addition to that, we're able to create relationships with Sour Spirits, that could pay dividends into our festival later. We were able to work very closely with the people at G-Unit Studios to understand that if our causes are aligned at any point in the future, we can work well together as partners. And that was really the main reason we did it, and I think it was very successful.
What was it like down here? Were the kids on those inflatables?
Look, the only thing I think everybody wishes that we had more water rides, because that was definitely the most popular thing. But the kids loved it. People that came were in awe. They just said they couldn't believe that this was set up like this in a short amount of time. And really, I would say most of the attendance that we had was off of word of mouth. People would come down here and say, well, I want to know what's going on. and they were like, what is it to do? How do you get into this? What is it for? And it's for everybody, and it's a really low cost of admission, and they bring their kids down, they tell their family about it. More people would come the next day, and we saw people come every single day, and enjoy it. And it was just really neat to see something completely different, a concept never done before in Festival Plaza, and to get to watch that happen and be a part of it was really great.
You said this was the second largest inflatable in the world?
So my understanding, and I could be wrong about this, but is that these inflatables are designed so that they're custom made. They're designed that they could be inflated separately, or if the space is big enough, which because of the pavilions and the buildings and stuff in Spring Street is not possible here, but they can be put together to create the longest and largest inflatable obstacle course in the world. And to my knowledge, there's only one other place that these inflatables exist, at least in the United States.
You could see it from the roadway, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, when they went up, it was like we left them up because it was, it was great marketing. People were driving to work downtown going, what is this?
And he purchased those for this city.
My understanding was that they did purchase those and had them flown here for this event.
Wow. What does this say for unity? You saw, I'm sure, different cultures, different races down here.
I mean, that's the best part. I personally loved, when we got done going down to the Red River District and seeing the celebration. And I think that, a lot of people deserve credit for the success of the event. But I think the one group of people that probably have not been recognized that should is the people of Shreveport. The people that came to the festival from here that chose harmony and chose love, and they chose to have a good time and chose to just be together. And that's, it's something that speaks to my heart. It's part of what the Red River Revel is all about, right? Is getting together, breaking bread together, having a great time, and reveling in our shared experience as a community. And that's what the people of Shreveport decided to do that weekend. And they deserve probably all of the credit for the excitement, the energy, the safe and fun atmosphere.
Bob, you have any questions? He did excellent.
Listen, you just wind me up.